Gotta have water because water is good. I realised no one's gonna be spelling me because it's just me talking to a camera. Awkward. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kaz here and welcome to my channel. Today's video we're going to be doing the application process. The application process is the first step in terms of getting onto the program and going to America. So today's video we're going to be talking about that. Just before I get started, I wanted to say that if you guys want to check out my blog or my Tumblr, basically everything that I am filming within the next few weeks has already been written on my blog. So if you want to go into the future and find out more information, I'll leave a link in the bottom bar to my Tumblr, which acts as my blog as well, and you guys can check that out if you would like. Okay, so the first step that I recommend you guys do before you even think about applying is to do your research. So the reason why I say this is because you need to figure out whether or not the program is a good fit for you, or whether you are even eligible to do the program. There are actually a lot of requirements that the program has that if you don't have it, then you won't be eligible to apply and go. So I will be talking about them later on in this video, so just watch out for that. A great place to start is their website, their blog, and their YouTube. Other great places are to look on your university website if you are applying through your university. Google is amazing. There are so many present and past workers that you can have a look at their journey. A lot of people YouTube their journey and a lot of people vlog their journey, so just make sure you check that out. Okay, so step number 2 that you need to do is you need to create an account. This is really easy. All you need to do is go onto their website. So basically you need to create a login and you will need to create an account. So the next step that you need to do is you need to look at vacancies, because obviously if they don't have a job available, then you can't apply. So whether you push their apply online, which is the little button on the right hand side, or you just click up the top, you will be led to the same page. Then you want to select your vacancy slot, so pretty much the job that you're applying for. There are 2 intakes for the Australians and the New Zealanders under the college exchange program. There is spring, which is January to May, or fall of each year, which is August to January. I should know that because that's the one I'm doing. But yeah, you just pick which one you want, and if it's not available, then that means you've applied either too early or too late. So just wait for a vacancy spot to come up. It will come up, and just keep looking for that. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to begin the application process. So this process is recommended by the careers website that it'll take about 30 to 40 minutes. It will give you an option and it will say that you can save a draft of each step, but I recommend not doing this because I actually had ended up saving it and then it didn't actually save the draft, which meant that I had to apply 3 times before I actually got through. So I recommend doing it in all one time. You need to fill out your information of your personal details. So examples of this are your name, your address, your education, so whether you study at a tertiary institution or a TAFE, or you have in the past. I'm going to talk about your major, also ask for your contact details. So that leads us into step number 2 of the application process. So that is answering the eligibility questions, which I talked about previously or at the start of this video. Not only will these be asked later on and will they actually find out about you, like whether you answered it correctly, it also can save you a lot of time, effort and money. Because the last thing you want to be is disappointed when you realize that you actually can't go over. So the first question is, will you be 18 years old on the arrival date? You have to be 18 or older. Are you a legal citizen of the country you are applying for? Or do you have, if you're applying through America, do you have an unrestricted work visa for the USA? Have you finished your first year of tertiary study at an accredited university or TAFE? Are you planning to do correspondence over there? You are not allowed to do correspondence. For the American students, you are allowed to somewhat study part-time. For the cultural exchange program students, so the Australians and the New Zealanders, you are not allowed to study over there. The only courses that you're allowed to do are the ones that they provide you, which are on your housing complex campus. Is your graduation date no longer than a year from now? Are you willing to have a police background check? Are you willing to have a mandatory drug test? Because those 2 things you have to have done. Now moving on to your work experience / voluntary experience. This is the tedious part, but this is also really important for your interview. So the recruiting officer during your interview, they will be comparing this part to your role checklist. Yeah, so that pretty much means what role you are going to go get over there. So you only get about 6 work experience roles which you can log into the system. So what I recommend is that you cater all of your work experience to the actual role that you want. Now obviously it's better to have more work experience than to have nothing. First of all, you'll be asked where you worked, then you will be asked what your role was at that job, then you will be asked the responsibilities or like the skills that you gained from that work experience, and then you need to write month and year, start date to end date. Now the next step is uploading your CV and your cover letter. So for your CV, you want your name, your contact details, your study details, your education achievements, so if you're graduated or if you're about to graduate, a short blurb on yourself and your future goals, so what you want to do in your future, like your career objective, your work experience, your achievements, and also the certificates that you have. And then at the end, I put a few referees. And then the last thing that you need to upload is your cover letter. Honestly, I hate cover letters. In your cover letter, you want to include their address, so who you're sending it to. You want to include who it's addressed to. If you don't know who your recruiter is, which is chances are you won't, I recommend that you put the company's name and then recruitment office or company's name recruiter. You also want to introduce yourself, what your name is, where you're from, where you study, and how old you are. You also want to talk about the role that you're applying for and also where you found that role description. Then it goes into the most important part. So you want to write about 2 to 3 paragraphs on why you think you're a valuable asset to them, so what your skills are. And then you also want to put maybe in a paragraph why you want to work for them and how you're going to make the experience and how you're going to make most of the program. They actually want someone who's going to utilize the whole experience of working for them. So it will give you a page of an overview of everything that you have written down, everything you've uploaded, and your job right now is to check that everything is correct. Once you've done that, then you are finally finished and you just need to upload that. You can come back and you can re-edit your CV and edit your cover letter. After that, after you've applied, it really just depends on when you apply, you will get an email back saying thank you for applying, we are now considering your application, and within a little while we will let you know soon whether or not you have moved on to the next stage. Yeah, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully it's helpful for someone out there who's thinking of doing the program. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was useful for you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.